Hey there, I'm Grandpa Roy. It's holiday time. The tree's up. The dog's waiting for Santa Claus. And we're going to make a holiday dinner tonight. We're going to make Beef Wellington. Well, look at this. We have a little bit of snow. And it's starting to get dark. And the skiing's pretty good. So let's go back in and get that dinner ready, Charlie. Okay, we have our beef fillet in the oven now. I'm going to take it out. Want to make sure I don't burn myself. Ah, there we go. That is one big fillet, isn't it? We got this from one of our neighbors who have a herd of Black Angus cows. And this is one big piece. Now, what we have here, a fillet is in 3 different sections. This is called the filet mignon, right here. This is called the chateaubriand. And the end is called tenderloin tip. Very tasty and very tender. Now what I did, after I skinned all the skin off of it and fat, I filled that crevice where the muscle goes with garlic. So we're all ready to, once this cools down, we're going to wrap it in pastry. First we'll cover it with a liver pate. We'll wrap it in pastry and we'll put it back in the oven and bake it again. So, ooh, that's still hot. All right.
While the meat is cooling, I'm gonna make a baked brie. So baked brie is a beloved appetizer and it's something we've made for many, many years, and it's very simple to make. So the first thing we're going to do is get this half wheel of brie, and to make sure it doesn't stick on the platter when I bake it, I'm just gonna rub some butter on here. I'm Roy's daughter, by the way. I'm the youngest daughter of 3. There we go. So this is real easy. So the second thing I like to do is use mango chutney, and I just bought mine, or you can make your own. And you just spoon it right on top. And some people add other things, but I like to keep mine really simple, because sometimes I think the simpler, the better. And sometimes I do add roasted almonds on top, and that makes it really good. But I don't have those today. So that's what it looks like before you wrap it. And then all you have to do is buy this phyllo dough, and you find it in your freezer at the grocery store, and you just start kind of wrapping it around the brie. And it's a little messy and it doesn't look perfect, but when you take it out of the oven, can't really tell, usually. So I gotta find a good whole piece here to put it on. You can make all kinds of things with this sheeted pastry. This does have wheat in it, so Roy won't be able to enjoy it, but the rest of us will. The brand of this puff pastry is Athens, and that is used in a lot of pastry cooking. So I put about 7 or 8 sheets on, and then just kind of tuck it in. And then when I'm done with that, see, it doesn't look perfect, and that's okay. I take an egg wash, so I just put an egg in here, and I've got my little paintbrush, and I'm just gonna wash it on top. So it kind of like makes it look really pretty, it makes it look a nice brown color. And you want to make sure that the egg doesn't get all over. That's why you want to use this, otherwise it will burn and the whole house will smoke up. That has happened a lot. So we've learned from our mistakes. So I'm just going to paint this on. And when it's done, I like to garnish it with strawberries and roasted almonds on top too. Or you could just have it plain, it's that delicious. Okay, so I think that's about good enough. I've only used about half of the egg, I didn't even use the whole thing. But it's gonna help the pastry stick to the brie, and it's gonna have that nice brown color when we're done. So I'm gonna put it in the oven at 350 for about 20 minutes, and then we'll bring it out.
Okay, we have the beef cooling down over here. We have that brie in the oven. And we also have a pie crust in there. We'll be making a pie later on. In fact, we have a pie specialist with us today who's going to show us how to make a mince pie.
I'm going to be making a vegetarian side dish. It's going to be roasted cauliflower, sauteed kale, homemade hummus with pomegranates, one of my favorites. I'm Karen. I'm the middle daughter, Roy's middle daughter. And so the first thing you want to do is chop up your cauliflower in even pieces. I have a little bit of olive oil, a bunch of lemon juice, salt, pepper, and then you're going to bake it, roasted, 350 for about 40 minutes. So we start with cauliflower, so that takes a little while. While the cauliflower is going, you're going to saute some kale. This is basically washed kale, ribbon cut, little red pepper flakes, more lemon juice, tiny bit of water, medium heat, about 15 minutes. You don't want to overdo your kale because the nutrients will go out of there. Now we're going to make some hummus. For hummus, we're using garbanzo beans, tahini, lemon juice, a little bit of salt, a little bit of olive oil, and a little water if you need to get the consistency just right. So I'm going to put everything in our mini chopper. And puree up the mini chopper. Okay. And so while that's baking and cooking, that's really it. That's it.
I don't know about you, but I don't like kale. It's hard to chew and it's hard to digest. But these vegetarians, they eat kale day and night. Well, here we have our mince pie guys here. What do you have there, Charlie?
So right here is a mince pie filling, and it has a bunch of oranges, apples, spices, cranberries, all that jazz. So now I'm going to pour it in. Do that.
That's good.
Boy, that looks good.
Yeah.
That looks good.
You just want to get all of it in there.
Yeah, get it all in there. How about that? You made just enough. Yeah, level it off. That's
Spread
good.
it around.
And there's something else in there, isn't there?
There's a little bit of that in there.
And what do you think, Jack?
I like mince pie because we set it on fire.
All right. Well, that'll go in the oven. There we go.
Pomegranates will be
Okay, the brie is coming out. Oh, that looks good. Look, it's running. That is great. All right, let's put the pie in now. I can't wait to try some of this. There we go. Okay.
When I'm making mashed potatoes, I like to use Idaho potatoes and russets because they peel easy. When I make mashed potatoes, I like to add lots of butter and sour cream to make them taste better.
Okay, the filet is cooled down enough now. So what we're going to do is, I have some liver pate here that we put in the this chopper and ground it all up. we're going to take it and we're going to smear it all over the top. Liver pate is usually pretty good. Sometimes it comes in a little terrine and you can cut it. But this we bought and we ground it up. Some people don't like liver pate. Some people don't like liver. But this is pretty good. Okay, there we are. We're covered with the pate. And then we're going to put mushrooms on it. Right down the line. Not too many, just enough. All in a row like little pigs. There we go. And then we're going to wrap it in a pastry crust and we're going to put it in the oven and bake it again. And then we'll take it out and we'll see how it comes out. Hopefully it'll be nice and rare inside and nice and brown on the outside.
So when I'm making mashed potatoes, I like to use this mixer here to mix them all together. Right?
I gotta add this stuff, dude.
You can add it while mixing it.
No, it's not.
What? You can't add while mixing?
This is definitely making
Dude, what do you mean, Henry? You're supposed
Here we
to...
start sour cream. 1, 2, 3, and also a lot of butter. So just go ahead and slide that in there. And the last ingredient you need is a little milk, so it gets it all together. And that's how you make creamy mashed potatoes.
Okay, we have this wrapped in pastry. It goes in the oven to get baked again. We have it on 375. And let me tell you, did you see the amount of butter those guys put in the potatoes? My goodness. But I'll tell you this, the nice thing about making potatoes in this, you can serve out of this and you can just pop it in the oven to keep it warm. We just took the filet out of the oven and it's looking pretty good. And we checked the temperature and let's see what it says here. Well, 120, that's rare, and that's the way we like it. We like it almost bleeding. Okay, let's get that pie out. Ah, look at this. Oh, man. Now, while the meat was cooking, I took the drippings and made a sauce with a little onion, some beef broth, the drippings from the pan, some mushrooms. You know, I had a little wine to it. That makes it good. Like that's enough. Don't want to put too much in there because we want to save some for ourselves. Okay, now, we talked about we're going to flame the pie, but let's cut into this and just see. Hopefully it's rare. I need a fork. There's one. Okay. It browned off pretty nice, didn't it?
Yep.
Well, what do you think?
Ooh.
Huh? Just like in the movies. Okay, now the boys want to flame up this. They like the fire. I need a match. Anybody have a match?
Oh boy, Mom, these are wet.
Okay, Charlie, here we go. A little bit of fire. How's that look?
Woo.
You guys like that, I know, huh?
Mm-hmm.
There we go. Okay, where's that lighting director? Put the lights back on. Okay, now here's what we have. Can we have the lights on? We have the Bree, the veggies. And that kale doesn't look so bad. I think I'm going to try some myself. We have the filet. We have horseradish and sour cream for the filet. We have the potatoes. And we have some cranberry apple orange relish. All right. I think what we'll do now, we'll have a glass of wine. Maybe I'll have you seen that guy? Okay, here we are. We have our dinners ready. We have Charlie and Jack, Julie, and our two hound dogs here, and Mandy and Karen. And those two guys that made those potatoes, I don't even know who they were. They just stopped by to say hello. So I said, hey, you want to do something? Can you make potatoes? And they said, yeah. So, well, that's it, folks. Good night.
Happy holidays! Merry Christmas!